Going into game number 4 of, I'm going to get the name right this time, Papara Supermassive. I'm calling them Supreme for the last couple of games and I feel like a bit of an idiot, but well, I'm sorry. And Rats are on the verge of being knocked out of the entire competition. They have to win 2 games back to back now. And we're seeing Baus being mega targeted in that top lane. He did get absolutely destroyed in the last game when playing on that Galio. The Galio pick had its moments, but in the 1v1 it was horrendous, and we've already got Rel being picked up here by Supermassive. We know that's a favourite also, I think, of Reckless. He likes playing Rel. Braum also being picked up. It's not going to be an Ezreal. Ezreal's already been picked up already, so there's no Ezreal link up. Wait, what? Wait, what? Wait, what? What? Wait, Leona can't be picked. They're running out of... What are they doing? Okay, so that's the Braum pick. So Ezreal's already been taken. You could maybe think about a Lucian maybe to link up with that, but I don't know, I think Lucian would be kind of crap, to be honest. What kind of auto-attacking AD carries do you want to link up with that? You've already gone through a lot of ADs. Tristana could also be flexed into mid. Okay, I think that's quite a good pick. That's quite smart picking there. Jin's already been taken, and Jin with a Braum would be bad. Gwen being picked up. That could be Gwen jungle or Gwen top. That can also be flexed around. And then what's the final pick here? It's going to be a Yone. Good little bit of movement around there. They could put those champions in either place, but I'm assuming it's probably going to be Gwen jungle and most likely going to be a Yone mid. What are they going to prioritize here? I think Talia could be quite an interesting pick here. I think Talia would be huge. The amount of dashes that they have on their team. They are going to secure the Nidalee jungle though for Velia. I would be surprised for them to leave Talia up here. I'm expecting a Talia ban here. If you're playing 3 dashes already, Talia would be absolutely massive here. What else are... I mean, they still need to pick potentially AD carry or top for Rats. AD carry definitely needs to be picked here though for Supermassive. Misfortune's been banned. Gonna run out of good AD carry options here soon. Varus is still open. So they could play Triss mid and then play Varus. Oh no, Varus is banned. Sorry, Varus was one of the early bans. What AD carries do you end up running here down here, maybe? Jinx, maybe? You gotta maybe look at banning Jinx or taking Jinx for yourself. Jinx is like the last real good AD carry that I can think of, otherwise you're forced to play something like Nelia maybe. Kaiser being banned out? Okay. So that does leave up a Jinx potential. And honestly, Rats don't really have any dive at the moment to jump onto something like a Jinx. Jinx? Supreme actually banned Jinx. Not Supreme, sorry. Supermassive. We'll stop saying Supreme. So are they just saying, okay, you're going to have to play Trissa and there's AD carry and we're going to take an AP mid here? What is the game plan here? Xayah, so it is going to be a Tristana in the mid lane. Xayah gets taken out, so that makes the AD carry pool even tighter now. Is that going to be AP carry Ziggs in the bot lane with the Rel? Could be. And then they're going to have to lock in their final pick in here. So this is going to reveal kind of where this journey is going to go. Poppy top. Poppy is banned. No Poppy. Viego. So it's actually going to be Gwen in a solo lane then. I think I've seen sometimes Viego be played in a solo lane top, but it's super rare. What can Baus play top? What have we got left in his pool? Quinn? No. There is no way they're locking Quinn here, surely. There is no way. Kane? Cane top. I'm not sure about this one, guys. I don't know that Cane pick. I feel like they kind of panicked there at the end. I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna say it this one. I prefer Supermassive's draft. I think Supermassive's draft is good. You got the Brom pick there early, but if you look at there isn't really much there to block, really. You got Zig stuff there, kind of. They panic for sure if you hear their comms. Yeah, if you're listening to the comms and they're panicking, it makes sense, because that Kane pick was... Oh dear. How do they have nothing planned, though? This is the real problem that they have with Baus and his limited champion pool. Be interesting to see over the course of the year if you can adapt that out a little bit. But I mean, it's not over. It's not right out of champion selection, but I will say that Supermassive have the better draft. If Supermassive get ahead early though, I don't think Rats can stop it. I'm not ever a massive fan of Xayah, to be honest. It's gonna give us some protection away from the Yone, Viego, Gwen jumping onto her face potentially. Bromwell isn't really there to use for much, it's mainly for disengage with the ulti. But yeah, this is looking like a rough draft. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. Anything can happen. Mistakes can be made. Rel running Ignite again. Reckless does really hyper prefer the heal, doesn't he? Spear already making some early connection damage over towards the Viego.
Minions have spawned.
And Ping's also going down on bot side. A little bit of aggressive posturing here from Rats here early on. All eyes are going to be on this Kane lane though. I have no idea how this Kane top's going. I think I've seen Kane top once or twice inside a queue, but I'm not massively convinced. Is this going to be a pure level 1 invade here? I mean, Ziggs level 1 is pretty bad. Brom level 1 is very good. This is going to be a red takeaway here. But Viego's already identified that. Viego was already heading over to KFC. And it looks like Rats are getting locked out of this bot lane temporarily. Are they going to miss out on XP? Maybe not. They might better get back in lane for XP. Switching back over into this top lane. The game definitely opted into no potion start. Seems like Baus likes the no potions. This Gwen is eating through Kayn right now. I mean, this was the last pick Kayn. They knew what they were picking him into. Kayn just about surviving there. What are we doing here? We're doing a proxy? Is he just gonna die to minions here? I guess he's just gonna die to minions here. Gets away from the gank though, from the Viego early on though. Don't just die, just execute. Oh my gosh! Oh, he got spotted going over the wall. No. Why would I don't know why you would just try not just recall, go into the brush zone, just reset and recall and just make your way back into lane from base. Disaster decision there from Baus. Giving Viego a very early free kill. At least it's no assist gold going over to the Gwen, but that's rough. Flash attempt there from the Rel over to the Xayah. Xayah's already put down to 30% HP. No flash now on Xayah. Hextech flash available soon for the Rel. This Xayah pick's not working out, but Rel is going to get stunned down. She hasn't got a way to flash out of this. Nidalee trying to find something over here. Rel, Ziggs now being stunned up. Spear not quite connecting over to Rel. A little bit of bot lane priority going over to Rats. earth is going on? I tell you what, if he had died to tower there, I think that would have been it. Or that would have been 100% in the game. The tilt would have been unimaginable. Zaya does have TP to match Zig's TP though. That's kind of smart to see there, but... Cole taken up for the Kayn. What is this matchup though? Why do we have a Kayn up against a Gwen? Kayn just wants to go proxy now, and Gwen's completely aware of this. Gwen's like, where the hell are you going, lad? Although if you look at top, Gwen is giving up CS for this. There are minions dying. Gwen is losing XP and CS right now, but if she can kill the Kayn, then that's huge. That's a good bit of trying there from Baus. Gwen did lose a lot. You're not really getting much there over to the Tristana, but this game is all over the place. So we'll see Tristana has a CS lead at the moment, but once Yoni starts getting 6, it's going to be a lot more scary. I feel like Rats are just holding on by a sliver right now. Don't forget, Nidalee is one of those champions that has to get the ball rolling early though. If Nidalee doesn't get ahead early, doesn't matter about being even, she needs to get ahead early. It's already going to be very difficult with the fact that Viego's got 1 kill, but Nidalee has to snowball. She's completely useless later on into the game. You're gonna keep looking in here. Tristan is looking to wow, Yoni might have to ult away here. Smart movement there from Triss to just jump onto where where the Kayn's clone is, ghost is, whatever you want to call it. That little bit of mid lane priority is gonna enable Rats to go for a dragon here. Baus is potentially looking to get caught here, forced to flash early. Okay, at least he didn't die, but there's no flash now in the top lane. Will be a dragon for Rats. They're going to concede grubs here, which I think is absolutely fine. Rao is engaging onto the Tristana, just being a little bit of a nuisance, but there's dragon taken for Rats. Grubs are shortly going to be taken here by the Viego. Viego is already level 6. There's a bot lane scuttle as well coming up. There's the grubs gun. Baus has finally hit 6 on that Kayn. Looks like there is some sort of minor engagement going down on the bot side, but Ziggs is doing some really good trades at the moment. Bot lane scuttle goes over towards Rats, and Nidalee is down here. Viego's going to be late to hit. Brom's popped heal for the extra move speed. 2 stacks of Brom on the Ziggs, but the Rel's also got stunned up here. That's a kill over. Rel is dead. Can Nidalee find a spear here? Viego's waiting for someone to face check the brush. Meanwhile, on top side, Baus is running for his life. Flash over the Gwen, gets the kill. And another 1v1. Zaya is getting low. Zaya just hit 6 as well after that kill. Ah, it's a shame that the Brom dies. It was a really good fight there for Rats. It's a shame that Brom goes down and gives Viego a kill there, but overall, win in bot side for Rats, continuing to be a complete disaster in top side though. I thought that was Sona there in the mid lane there with the Viego. Not the Viego, the wow. With the Yone recall, but that Gwen just literally just killed Kayn like what, 30 seconds ago. Kayn teleports back up to top and then dies again instantly. What is this pick? Honestly, this is sad. I don't know why you'd play Kayn top into a Gwen like that. Like, you got the last pick priority as well to try and counter someone, but like if you honestly, like, if you can't counter pick against the top laner, why are you letting the person that has the crap champion pool go last pick? Let someone that can actually counter someone else, like the Nemesis or something, I don't know. Once again, Bow's getting caught off on the top side. It's going to be a bit more of a chase here though. Tristana does have some mid pro. But I don't know. It's going to be a very hard situation where they're going to have to deal with another really fed top laner. Ziggs has great wave clear. That Zaya's taking way too much damage here early on here in order to even look to getting anything there. Yeah, that Ziggs is a little bit of a menace. Nidalee is just giving up all hope on top side and just trying to make it so at least that they have a winning bot side, right? But there's nothing that Xayah can do. Like the Nidalee being down here doesn't really mean anything. Gwen is now proxying top, by the way. But there's nothing that Nidalee can do. I mean, there's a teleport coming through. Flash from the Braum misses the Q connect onto the Ziggs. Xayah is coming down with the TP, and that's going to be a Ziggs kill even with the botched engage. Really good use of TP there in the back. Getting another kill now for the Xayah. I mean, I think that's the thing here. I think they're playing it slightly better here, Rats, in terms of bot side pressure. I think if you're Viego, you're like either... I think you just hammer in on top still if you're Viego, honestly. I think if you just commit to the top sides, just make sure this Gwen is an unstoppable force. I think Ziggs can generally just wave clear relatively quite well. Braum has rotated up to top side here though, playing for grubs. Kayn is now bot side. I mean, this is a good lane swap. Because Ziggs is relatively weak right now and Baus is a twig, so just give them a little bit more hope. They have committed a lot already for that bot side play onto Ziggs, so you haven't got Xayah ulti, you don't have Braum ulti. Did they at least get one grub here? Are they going to stop them from getting all three? No. They still got all three grubs. So if I'm correct, I think that means that Supermassive are on 6 grubs now. Xayah's already started up the dragon. So it will be 2 dragons over to Rats. That is just something that they're going to have to play around. That dragon win condition, trying to get 4 dragons early. If you smite there, but we'll ignore it. No. Supermassive F2, yeah. Have 2 epic monster kills. Does put Rats in a 1.1k gold advantage. The fact that they did manage to get their Zara ahead by getting that advantage. But else is looking to gank the Yone up here. Not sure if much can equate from it. Slow does go over to the Yone. Some shots there from the Trist will make it so that this Yone has to recall. Not sure how much pressure that mid lane was taken though from the Gwen left alone there though. Yone looking to be a little bit of a rat, interrupting the Yone's recall. Don't know how much longer they can keep ignoring this Gwen though. They will end up losing a lot of stuff mid if they keep doing this. So bot lane's going to get pressure. Gwen's going to be coming down. Railing ulti engage onto the Xayah. Viego does pick up the Xayah kill and the shutdown. And this is the problem. I don't know why they stopped playing for priority wherever the Xayah is. You've already established that your Xayah is your win con and then you kind of left her. But this is a good chase now. Can a spear connect here? Spear does hit the rail. They're both on really, really low HP. Can Nidalee find another spear? Oh, the spear nearly connects onto the Viego. The Viego flashes at the last second. Braum uses heal to try and help catch up. Nidalee finds a spear over the wall. Is that almost blind spear there through there? Maybe Tristana had a little bit of vision there. Oh. The spears are sexy though. Tristana committing in though with the ulti knockback. Auto attack there from the Nidlee's going to put the Nidalee on a rampage. 4-0. Yone finding the... Oh, what is that hitbox though? What? A little bit maybe unlucky, but I think the Yone would have been able to chase down anyway after that. What was that old hitbox? The Tristana wasn't even in that. We'll just pretend that didn't happen. What was that ult? Huh? I'm getting a bit trigger happy there. But Rats do recoup some of that money back up. Nidalee, as we said earlier on, has to be getting kills early, otherwise she's absolutely useless, and now she's on 4-0. And honestly, those were some really good spears. Those were some clutch spears coming through, threading in, sniping the Viego was huge. Got Brom and Nidalee working together up here. This is what I want to see. I want to see these three together a lot more. That there's the Xayah and the Nidalee and the Brom. Although Supermassive are now grouping up top sides. Gwen has found Kayn. Kayn is trying to take the trade, and actually that trade wasn't too bad. The Eclipse nullifying a little bit of the effects there, but maybe is Baus going for too much maybe? Gwen now being put onto half HP. Gwen's using her last bunch of ult charges here. Kayn ulti used to mitigate the last set of ults. Can Kayn get this? He does! Baus finds a way through the depths of hell to actually beat this Gwen in a 1v1 situation, even with that gold deficit. Wow. I'm kind of speechless at that. Honestly, well done Baus finding a 1v1 kill after that disaster starts of the lane. 3,000 gold lead out of nowhere, honestly, for Rats. Insane. There's a dragon coming up in 1 minute. They should be able to fight for that. They're going to get the bot in tier 1. I think two things here, really. I mean, the main thing is, if I am Supermassive and you have a winning top laner like that, I don't know why you just wouldn't solidify that lead for your Gwen and just make her the Giga main character. Like, Ziggs can generally wave clear out quite well, as he can even use his ulti to wave clear. I don't know why the Veigar's trying to counter gank rather than just enforcing the Gwen to be as strong as possible. Now you got a massive problem if the Kayn is actually able to 1v1 now, because the Xayah's got gold lead. I mean, they've got gold leads across the whole board here. Looks like Baus is looking to be dove again, this time by a different set of characters. Wave is cleared out though. Does Kayn have ulti up again? Kayn heals, trying to heal out the ignite. Yone flashes to make sure that he dies. A lot was committed there though. Rel ignite, Yone flash. In the meantime, Supermassive do get the Herald, but Dragon is being done by Rats. They should be able to do this without any contestation. They are going to lose top tier 1 too. They're losing a little bit on the map and a little bit of gold to make sure they get Dragon number 3. On the grand scheme of things, I don't think it's too bad. I think if you could trade Yone Flash and 1,000 gold to make sure that you get Dragon number 3, I think you're okay with that. Just because having that 3 Drakes is puts you in quite a commanding force. Also, that's kind of interesting on Nidalee as well. She's going to be, if she does get the Cloud Soul, she's going to be proccing that movement speed a lot. And also, if you're Rats, you don't want this game necessarily to go on for too long, because the Nidalee will start to fall off. That 4-0 won't mean anything around that 25-minute mark, really. So people want some chicken here. Veigar's going to walk into a bunch of people doing his KFC. Someone smited that away. I think that was Nidalee. Getting some good bot side control here. Baus is pushing quite deep into this Yone. Double knock up there from the Yone. Kayn is overextended. Yone does miss his ulti, but he is putting deeper. Yone ulti committed. I think Reckless is just going to leave him. A lot of damage put back onto the Yone again. Kane. Thought for a second that Kane could maybe get away, but no, it's another death. More completed now on the Kane. I think he was expecting to maybe go up against the Gwen. The magic resistance does help a tiny bit against the Yone on his passive, but Kane is now dead for preparations for Attican, but he will be up for when Attican is up. How do you want to play this if you're rats? Do you want to try and let the Nidalee trying to get spears down before anything happens? You've got 10 Dark Steel stacks on your Nidalee. I think the Nidalee wanted some of that money, but Cranny was just like, nah, I need it. Gwen pushing in quite deep topside. Kane is still heading up there too. No, Kane's actually coming down into mid lane. I feel like things are slowly slipping away. It feels like a very similar... I don't remember if it was the last game, no, the game number 2 maybe. In the mid game, rats were ahead, and then around this point in time, they were slowly losing their lead, and then they managed to come back into it. It feels like a very similar game to game number 2. Okay, so Attican has spawned topside. There is a lot more of Supermassive posturing up onto top. You've got Raoul up on topside right now. Got some pings going down onto the Tristana. Question mark ping coming from Supermassive onto the Attican. They're not even sure if they're actually doing it or not, but this Herald is going to create some mid lane pressure so that they can have some pressure over the Attican. Baus is trying to fight a 1v1 here against the Yone. Big healing there coming from the Yone, but Kane not looking too comfortable to re-engaging onto Yone. Yone got the E. With the knock up, Yone ulti coming through. Baus doesn't have his ulti to do much here. Baus forced the flash. Health is low and there's no one up here to finish either of these guys off. Kane does have red buff though, so he's regenning and being happy. He's proxying the wave here right now. Yone is also looking to do the same. Both of them have teleport as well, so they can come back into the fight bot side if needed. They can also recall. Looks like Kane is recalling right now. A lot of resources used both on the Yone and the Kane, which I think you kind of like, honestly, if you're rats. Fight, they've been sandwiched in here though. Xayah is looking a little bit by herself. Ziggs was also kind of isolated, using Satchel Charge to get away. At the back there, you've got Viego running for his life. Nemesis does manage to fish that off of Tristana. Gwen ulti being popped. There is a Braum passive stun on the Gwen right now. Baus is going down to half HP, but survives. That is a 1 for nothing right now in Rat's favor. Satchel Charge going onto the mid turret. That isn't enough to finish off the turret though. It wasn't low enough. Nidalee Spear finding Gwen, interrupting and delaying recalls. This could be an Attican start potentially here. Or Spear not quite connecting onto that Gwen. That's really close. Another Spear? Interrupting recalls again, Nidalee getting away. Just delaying those recalls again and again and again. Gwen does not have teleport. And now Tristana's back here. And that's another teleport recall interrupted here. Another Spear connecting over to Ziggs. Ziggs does not have TP either. This is a Dragon Spawn here too. This is going to be Cloud Soul going over to Rats. Great interrupt. Really bad recalling, honestly, from Supermassive. Cloud Soul now picked up massive damage going onto the Yone from the Tristana E. It's all kind of falling apart at the moment for Supermassive. Can they regroup here and get something to happen here? It looks like they are going to make a play in from this Tri-Brush. They're having to do a lot of face checking here, though. They do have a ward, though, actually, in that Tri-Brush. Baus is maybe getting caught off here by Gwen. Gwen ulti being used, but not really doing much here right now. In the meantime, you got mid lane being pushed in by 280 carries. Tristana looking to engage onto the Yone. Yone flashing. That's going to be tier 1 mid over to Rats. Tier 1 bot going over to Supermassive. What's the response here? You got Cloud Soul on Rats. They got massive amount of movement speed moving around here. Got Baron spawning 130. Yeah, some really kind of lots of mistakes coming in this game for Supermassive. I think this is This is the first time that I think we've seen Supermassive, even though they did drop one game. This is by far the game where they're making the most mistakes. And it could entirely be the pressure's getting to them. They have to, well, they got one game to win of the next two in order to go through to the semi-final, sorry. I think the pressure is starting to mount up on Supermassive. Atikan has been tapped here by the Yone just to get the Q stack. Yone E committed. Baus is stunned up, but what is going on here? The Viego's all by himself, half HP. Tristan is getting shots down onto this Yone. He's on half HP. Brom knockup going through, but the Yone still manages to get away with his ulti. Yone is going to have to go back and go back to the base. He has no teleport to come back into this though. Lots of vision already set up here for Rats. They can see everything here. Tristana now just jumping in. There's going to be loads of Nidalee Spears stopping them from coming in here too. We also got a little bit of a fight here with Kayn and Gwen in the bot side here. Atikan has been started. Atikan's on half HP and I think Supermassive is just going to have to give this one up. Raul's looking to face check here. Ziggs is just using his ulti for vision. Maybe hoping for a steal. A little bit of a desperation there. You've got Baron now up too, so you have an Atikan 25% epic monster boost with the Cloud Soul, so they're going to be moving even faster. And you have a potential Baron here for them to take as well. Got level 16 on Nemesis now. Rat's been super aggressive now into topside jungle. That tier 1 turret being up still for Rats is absolutely ludicrous, especially when they have the Ziggs. This Yone is getting massively caught out here. Is this going to go? Oh no, it's Viego, sorry. Viego is getting caught out. They have no jungler. They cannot contest this. They also Baus in the bot lane with the Kayn. Keeping up with the 1v1 with the Gwen. Well, they did take a lot of shots there. More is procced. I think Baus might have to run away from this now. He has kind of lost this fight. Meanwhile on top, Yone is looking to be a nuisance. He misses his ulti. Baron will go down, but Kayn is being engaged on by Rel. Full commit. The wall did get interrupted here. Does Kayn have ulti? Kayn has ulti onto the Gwen. Gwen stop watches. Kayn is trying to get out. Can he find the way out of this fight? He's going back in to commit. Can he dash through anywhere? No. Eventually the Kayn falls down. Good Rel interrupts there, stopping Kayn from escaping. But meanwhile, you've sent 3 people bot side to deal with the Kayn. 1v1 kill for Tristana. Viego looking for something, but there's no way he can get anything there. Tier 2 top already fell. Tier 2 mid is about to fall over too. Tier 3 top is now being pressured by by enhanced Baron minions. There's 2 cannon minions there. Taking that turret down to about 60% HP. 7k gold lead now for Rats. Got some big items being purchased now. Nemesis now finishing off Lord Dominique. So it's going to be putting him on 3 completed items. Well, Death Cap nearly finished by Nidalee here too. Looks like another fight. Looks like Rel's been caught off. Got Brom passive stack. She's now stunned. She's going to fall down here really fast here. Tristana picks up that one. Rats can still chase this down. Look at the movement speed here though. Look how fast this Kayn is flying through these walls. This Ziggs is now kind of randomly isolated. All from nothing. Ziggs is now on half HP. Knockup goes through. Lands from the Viego. Brom's now zooming through with his movement speed as well. Ziggs does fall down. In the meanwhile, you in the backline, you got Gwen trying to engage onto Tristana, and Gwen just falls over. That's gonna be it. There is no way. Got Elder spawning in 30 seconds for absolute, like, if you need to clean up, but there's only Yone alive. It's a 5v1 with Baron buff. There's 2 minions here alive as well. Those minions being alive is going to make those the turrets here weaker. Yone has to maybe look at killing those 2 little caster minions there to stop the turrets from taking the debuff. Rel's engaging in. She's going to fall down. Also, Yone fell off the back with the Tristana. That is going to be it. That is game number 4. Going to Rats. So we're going to game 5. I've actually been really impressed on the bounce back from Rats, but they need to win this next game coming up in order to go through to the semi-finals. Yeah, I honestly, if I'm going to be absolutely blunt, I thought this game was over as soon as we saw those back-to-back deaths on top. Like, Baus teleporting top, he died, teleport top, died again in 20 seconds. How is that possible? But later on, he's able to 1v1 the Gwen. After all of that. Insanity. It's absolute insanity. I think Supermassive made a load of macro errors that game, though. I think that was the game where they broke apart. They lost everything of what they were doing. They had that massive lead. Let's have a look at this goal difference lead. I mean, that 1k lead felt good for Supermassive, and then it just went downhill like crazy. Like, if you're Supermassive, that would be a really tilting game to play. If you're Armor, you were 2-0 up against that Kane, 3-0, I think. And the fact that you lose a 1v1 like that, after all of that, if you're Skeens on the Viego, you're looking for counter engages onto their bot lane instead of just making sure that your Gwen is just an absolute menace to deal with, like with the Cassante in the game previous. Some bad decisions led to a very solid game in the end there for Rats. I passed the 6, 7, 8 minute mark really. If you ignore what happened top, I think Rats had a great game. Also, it's pretty helpful as well that when the support doesn't pick up 5 kills early on. So we do have KCB. They are now through. They won at 3-1. We've also got another game 5 going on with TP versus Hertz. And whoever wins this out of Supermassive and Rats will have to face either the Greek team TP or the Spanish team Hertz. So that's Lost Heretics and Team Phantasma and the other team. So yeah. Okay. Wow. Game 5. How exciting.